Bomb, 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 bum bum, dum 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 dum. What's going on, vinyl community? Remember me, JEX Russell, the return with a vinyl update. Been so long, been since July. So it's good to be back. It's a little cold in here though. I wish I had something a little stylish and warm. Oh. Yeah, let's do this! Alright, VC, how have you guys been? Again, it's been so long. I missed you guys. Well, I've still been watching regularly, not as much as before, but you know, I'm still keeping up with the vinyl community and watching you amazing people. And yeah, the reason I just haven't really been making videos is because you know, classic excuse. I've been busy. You guys know I posted about my radio show. I have a radio show every Wednesday. That's still going on, so that kind of keeps me busy there, you know, spending time with my beloved wife too in evenings. But another reason that I've been so busy is because I got a new job. Early December. I'm actually working in my field now. I graduated last June. I graduated from college in accounting. I know, right? Every time I say that, people are like, "You, an accountant?" But yeah. So I finally found a job in my field in December. So you know, I finally have a good routine every week, Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 4:30. I got my evenings off. I got my weekends off. So I know what you guys are thinking. Well, if you have your evenings and weekends off, why aren't you making videos? Well, you see, I'm kind of weird in the sense that I need to have the house to myself. When I make these, there can't be anyone around. It's funny because I am outgoing and I can be myself around people, but as soon as I make videos and if my wife's home, I feel criticized or judged, and you know, it's not her. That's just how I am. So usually my wife and I, we spend our evenings together and our weekends together. So today she had some plans, so I'm like, hey, I have the house to myself. I'm gonna make a video, the return of JEX. So that's what's been going on. Still good to have a routine, man. Like for years, I was working at Starbucks before, and you know, my schedule was just all over the place. Some days I'd open, some days I'd close. Weekends, I'd never have weekends off. So when someone would come to me and be like, hey, it's Friday, I was like, that means nothing to me. My weekends would be like on a Tuesday or Wednesday or stuff like that. So it's good to have like a nice, stable, just normal life. So yeah, so you guys probably want to hear about some records, huh? I don't have that many to show because there was a while where money was kind of tight, so I wasn't buying that many records. But I do have quite a few to show. So we're going to get right into it. These first couple actually are from way back, I think in May. Which is funny because I've done a vinyl update since then, but I think I forgot to mention these. I don't think I mentioned them. So here we go. First one. Scorpion. Well, there goes the sleeve. Scorpions. Love at First Sting. Yeah. I don't know. I picked it up at the time. I thought, oh, you know, just to fill a hole in my Scorpions collection. But I don't know. This was like the end of Scorpions to me. You know, it's obviously they have Rock You Like a Hurricane on here, which was probably the biggest hit, and I find it overplayed. I'm pretty tired of that song actually. So I don't know. I wouldn't say it's a bad album, but it's, as far as Scorpions go, I prefer, you know, their stuff before this. Blackout, Animal Magnetism, Love Drive, you know, that's the true Scorpions to me. So yeah, it's just really just to include in my Scorpions collection. But as far as the album goes, I'm like, eh. But this next one, however, this was cool. This one I've been needing for a long time, and I was so happy to finally find a copy. The Nuge, Ted Nugent. This is his solo debut, 1975, and this was the only one I was missing to fill my Ted Nugent collection on Epic Records. So yeah, for years I was missing this one, and I finally found a nice copy of it. So I'm really happy. I love the Nuge, as you guys know. So yeah, I freaked out when I found this one, and let's keep up with the theme. These were purchased in Nova Scotia in October. My wife and I, we took a little trip to Nova Scotia and found these records at a small record store called Obsolete Records. It's kind of a cool place. You walk in, it's just a little room really, and they have a lot of like newer records, like reissues, new sealed stuff. And I'm more of a used record guy myself, and I wasn't really seeing anything of my style. I was seeing a lot of like indie or just techno, or I don't really remember. It was just, I wasn't seeing anything that was calling out to me. But then when I kept going, there's this little room in the back, and it had like a rack of like old used records for super cheap. This one here I think was $6, and I was really happy. Nugent, his debut on Atlantic Records, another one I've been wanting for a while. I've had this one on cassette, didn't have the record, so yeah, this is cool. This is a great album. I think this was the return of Derek St. Holmes on vocals. So, yeah, No, Bound and Gagged, Habitual Offender, Fighting Words, Good and Ready. Really enjoy this album. It's Nugent, right? I was going to say all Nugent is good Nugent, but I don't know. There is Penetrator. That's a whole other story. And, okay, again at Obsolete Records, same deal, same theme. This is Ted Nugent and the Amboy Dukes, Call of the Wild. I don't have much Amboy Dukes in my collection, and again, it's a whole different ball game. It's not like Nugent's solo stuff. It's a bit different. It's a bit, I don't know, it's more of a 60s rock vibe, but yeah, by all means, it's some good stuff. I haven't listened to this specific record yet, but I look forward to it. So yeah. Ted Nugent and the Amboy Dukes, Call of the Wild. This is the same place, Obsolete Records. This one was $3. So I was like, this is cool because I didn't have anything by these guys. Gentle Giant. This is Freehand from 1975 once again. Yeah, Gentle Giant. I got into these guys because of my cousin, Pierre-Luc, about 7 years ago. He came over my place, and he brought a bunch of his CDs and a bunch of his MP3s on his laptop, and we were just exchanging music back and forth. And he had a lot of old like progressive rock, and one band that he had a lot of was Gentle Giant, and that's how I got into these guys. Gentle Giant, King Crimson, and Emerson, Lake and Palmer. That's really how I got into those bands, were because of my cousin. And yeah, when I saw this, I thought, oh, this would be cool to have on vinyl. Didn't have any of these guys on vinyl. Yeah, I listened to it. I probably listened to it back in the day, but I couldn't remember it, so I gave it a spin, and it's some great stuff, man. I need more of these guys in my collection. This is another one I've had for a while. I think I forgot to show this one off too. This is Canadian rock band Tease with One Night Stands. The only other Tease album I had was On the Loose. Great album. Underrated band. Yeah, if you like the old Canadian rock, like April Wine, Harlequin, stuff like that. Tease, great stuff. This next one, oh man, I am excited about this one. This was actually a trade that I did with my good buddy Pla. You guys know Pla, right? He's on the channel a lot. Yeah, he was selling some records, I think on Facebook, and as soon as I saw this one, I'm like, I want it! But I ended up interesting him in a trade, so we made a trade, and here it is. Extreme Porno Graffiti Live 25 Metal Meltdown. This I've been wanting ever since I saw it at a local record store, and it's everything you'd expect. It is an amazing gatefold. I don't think I even opened this before. This is cool. Yeah, amazing live album from Extreme. I love Extreme. I've been a fan for years and years and years, and Porno Graffiti has been a really important album to me in my life. It's an album that every time I listen to it, it brings me this happiness, this insane happiness. I think it brings me back to like just good old days, and yeah. So I was curious about hearing what it sounds like now, live, and I think it holds up. They do a great job live. I think that's one of the reasons that Paul was getting rid of it. He thought it just sounded like it sounded exactly the same as the actual album. So he's like, well, I don't need this one. But I politely disagree with you, Paul. I think it sounds awesome. They do little tweaks and differences in songs. Like for example, Get the Funk Out. Well, they're not saying funk anymore, if you know what I mean. But so yeah, little changes like that, and just I don't know. They have this energy on stage. You can feel it. You can hear it, and yeah. Oh, I love it. I look forward to spinning that one again, and I believe yes, this is on red vinyl. You want to see it? All right, here we go. I'm gonna show it to you. Glorious red vinyl. Coming up next. This is a band that I've really been wanting more of on vinyl. I have quite a few on CD, but on vinyl, they're just not that easy to come by around here, which is funny because they are a Canadian band, and you would think that they'd be easy to find, but that is not the case. I am speaking of Anvil. This is Hard and Heavy. Their debut, 1981, I believe. Yes, and this is on Attic Records. And yeah, I love Anvil, and the only album of theirs I had to this point was Metal on Metal. I have a picture disc of that one, and yeah, this was a buddy of mine, Ricky Gallant. I've spoken of him a few times. We often do trades. Well, again, I think it was on Facebook. He was showing a bunch of records he was selling, and as soon as I saw this, I'm like, I need this one. I think he was selling for $10 or something. So yeah, like I said, Anvil. It's not as easy to come by as you would think. So as soon as I saw this, I jumped on the chance, and yeah, really awesome. Not much to say about that. Anvil rules. Okay, this next one. Not a rarity by any means. It's a very common album, actually, but I didn't have it in my collection. I needed to change that. And I'll tell you the story, actually. Long story short, Matt's Media Outlet in Riverview. It's a place, I talk about it all the time. It's a really cool place. The owner's a cool guy. And on Facebook, he posted pictures of new arrivals. And I spied with my little eye, Kiss, Creatures of the Night, which is one of my favorite Kiss albums, and I didn't have it on vinyl. So I thought, oh, Matt, could you put that aside for me? I'll pick it up in a couple of days. No problem. So finally, a few days later, I go pick it up, and, I couldn't tell from the picture, but in real life, I noticed, the cover had some moisture, the water damage, and the record itself had some scratches on it that, made me a little uncomfortable. So, I politely informed him, oh, sorry, it's in rougher shape than I thought, I couldn't tell from the picture, and he was all cool with it. He's like, oh yeah, no problem, man, I understand. But I did end up finding something else, so it all worked out. Everyone's happy. And this is the one that I did find. Black Sabbath, Paranoid. Like I said, not a rarity by any means. I just didn't have this one on vinyl. I have quite a few Black Sabbath records, but I was missing the first three. The third one is actually my favorite Black Sabbath album, Master of Reality, which I'm still missing on vinyl, but I have them on CD for now. So, but yeah, this is of course a gatefold. There you go. So yeah, when I saw this, I'm like, well, it didn't work out for Creatures of the Night, but I will get Paranoid. So yeah, happy to finally have it in my collection. Sounds amazing, needless to say. Now these next two, these are kind of bought as a gag. Not really, but I was at this thrift store and the records were super cheap. I think 30 cents a piece. And my wife does this thing. She has a gift where she can just browse through the cheap bins and just pick up stuff, total blind buys, without knowing what they are. She just judges by the covers, and a lot of the time they turn out to be awesome. Sometimes not, but most of the time, yes. And I tried to do the same thing. I was at the thrift store and I saw this one. I'm going to try. These look ridiculous, but they're cheap, so I'll pick them up and we'll see. And yeah, this first one, it was the cover that drew me to it. I was like, whoa, what is this? Maserati. no idea what this was. I thought, man, this cover is cool. Then I turned around and looked at the back. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see this. Hopefully you're not getting a glare. I mean, look at these guys. I'm like, who are these guys? It's pretty crazy. I'm like, they look like Prince wannabes, and they have a chick, or so I thought. There, I took a closer look. I'm like, oh nope, that's a dude. They're all dudes, and yeah. Not only do they look like Prince, but they sound like Prince too, which is not all a bad thing. I mean, if you're into Prince, I enjoy Prince from time to time. So if you like Prince, check out Maserati. Most likely you'll dig it. And there is actually a connection to Prince. The song 100 Miles Per Hour was written by Prince. So yeah, there is a connection there. I didn't really look more into it, but yeah, great 80s, I don't know, pop, rock, whatever you want to call it. Interesting stuff, like I said, I got it for dirt cheap. So I'm not complaining. Maserati, it was a fun listen. My wife enjoyed it, so that's always a good sign. Sometimes like I don't want to play too much heavy metal when she's around. So if it's stuff that she likes, fine by me. This was another blind buy that same trip. No idea what this was. It's called Shriekback Big Night Music. Now I'm pretty sure. I don't know where these guys are from, but I have a feeling that they're foreign. And yeah, this one I can't really say much about. We had it on in the background one night, and I don't even think we listened to it all the way through. I don't even remember what it sounds like, but it's just your typical 80s kind of dance music, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I thought I'd do a blind buy. I like the colorful cover. So yeah. And I'm down to one last thing to show. I almost forgot about this one, actually. This is the only 45 I had to show for this video. This was bought in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Taz Records. This was $1. I thought, this is cool. This is Big Pig with Breakaway. And their B-side is Hell-Bent Heaven. And yeah, Breakaway, I love that song. A lot of you guys know I'm a huge fan of 80s movies, 80s comedies, well, horror movies too, but comedies especially. And this song, Breakaway, is actually the track played over the opening credits of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. So I've loved that song ever since I was a kid and I used to watch that movie. So yeah, that's because of that movie that I got into Big Pig. And actually, I have the LP. This is their album here, Bonk, that I've had for years. I think I found this in 2005, sometime around then. So yeah, it's some great stuff. Again, it's not something I listen to a lot. It's again, it's like 80s kind of dance, electro type music, whatever you want to call it. So when I saw this single for $1, I'm like, this is cool. This is cool. I dig the band. When I'm in the mood for something different, this is cool. So that's it, you guys. JEX Russell, the triumphant return. Hope you guys enjoyed. It's really good to be back and making videos for you guys. And hopefully you're still tuned in. You're still tuning in and watching. And also a big thank you to the new subscribers. I noticed I've been getting more and more subscribers, which is funny because I figured I just stopped making videos for a while, so I figured I wouldn't gain subscribers, but I did, which is really cool. I appreciate it, guys. So keep watching. I'm gonna try to make videos a little more often, and actually I have a few things I wanna make videos for. CD update. I have so many CDs I bought since July that I got to show off, and also there's the vinyl tag. Vinyl tag 2018 is floating around. I've been watching a few of the entries, and actually I've been taking notes for my answers. I have a few still that I have to give some thought. So that's probably coming soon. So guys, thanks a lot for watching. Take care of yourselves. Comment, like, subscribe. I appreciate all of that. So be excellent to each other. Later! Bomb, bomb, bomb.